Well, what do we have here? We have a new announcement. We finally got the reveal of the free update 1.13 that's coming to Planet Zoo on the 4th of April. It's not a huge update, I must admit. It's smaller than expected. I've read through it, so I'll read you through the different features that we will be getting. But the features some of them are quite nice, actually, I must admit. We still don't know what the DLC will be, but there is a special live stream tonight, which I will be tuning into as well, and hopefully we will get some hints to what the next DLC will be, and I'll definitely make a speculation video later today as well, just to speculate what the next DLC could possibly be. But let's have a look at the next update. It's super exciting. I think a lot of us have been waiting for this for an update to come. So let's have a look at what this update has to offer. So the first feature is animal sociality. So now this is an interesting feature, and I'll just have a quick read through what the team has said. So Planet Zoo is introducing animal sociality. This feature aims to bring a more lifelike approach to the introduction of new animals into your existing habitats. So basically, there will be new behaviors when it comes to like the social behaviors. So instead of animals just going mayhem and fighting each other whenever there's overcrowding or wrong gender ratio, there will actually be some interesting features that will make it more balanced and more lifelike and more realistic, which we will get into. So all animals will now have an additional definition in their superior entry: solitary, matrilineal, patrilineal, or gregarious. This will let you know how they engage with their offsprings. New animals that are introduced to a habitat will be marked as outsiders if they exceed the gender or population limits of a habitat. So basically, any animal that enters the population that then disrupts the population to it becoming overpopulated or the gender ratios being incorrect, these individuals will become outcasts. And basically what this means is that the other members will ignore, not specifically ignore, but they will basically they will treat them as outcasts. That's the best way of explaining it. I think that the actual article explains it better, because it says here that new animals that are introduced to a habitat will be marked as outcasts if they exceed the limits, if they are rejected due to their relationship with the group alpha, or if their parents are present when they are solitary species. So a solitary species obviously does not want to live with their parents, and vice versa, so they will become outcasts as well. And this will maintain a more stable existing population and reduce infighting amongst existing animals. So yeah, basically an outcast won't fight with other members, and they also won't do other interactive social interactions, like for example mating, I think, as well, which is really nice. So basically the animals won't just mate constantly even though they're overpopulated, so all the outcasts will stay out of the mating business, but they also won't have any social interactions. So all these social animations that the animals have, basically the outcasts won't be able to participate in all of these interactions and animations. However, some groups where coexisting wouldn't have been possible without aggression may now be able to be formed if the members have developed a bond prior to maturing. So this is interesting as well. So now there's a bonding system as well for certain species. Sociality will show you which animals have become bonded. Bonded animals will never fight their alpha or their bonded partners, so that's super cool. So they're like loyal, they become loyal with individuals, and actually it feels like they create friendships. It feels really alive, like actual animal behavior. It's very nice, I think. So basically what if you go to the next paragraph, it says the outsider relationship can be lost once an animal is removed from the habitat and time has passed, allowing the relationship to decay. After this, an animal can be reintroduced to a group as if they have never met before, but unless the habitat has changed, the animal may still be rejected and become an outsider once more. So Basically what it means is once the overcrowding has stopped, then these outsiders or outcasts can be reintroduced into the group, which is called an integration period, where they integrate, and once they are accepted by the existing group members, they can participate in all the activities again. This can happen if the gender and population limits are balanced again, or if the animal is no longer impacted by the alpha of the group. The type of outsiders an animal will be displayed within the info panel, so you will know the cause and be able to take appropriate managerial steps from there. This panel will also display the time left in the integration period, so there's actually a timer, so the integration period actually takes time to happen. So this is all about animal sociality, which is the biggest chunk of this DLC. I think that's where most of the time went into coding this new behaviour and stuff, which is really interesting. Me personally, I don't think I will notice much of the changes as a sandbox player, but I think if you really like to spend time with your animals and manage your animals, I think this will be a really big difference, and it will be a time saver as well for a lot of cases. But the next feature I am most excited about, this is the null path. Null paths will be added, and it's exactly what you think it is. It's basically the same as a null fence, but in path form. And how you get a null path, is basically by disabling the curb on ground path toggle on any natural path. So previously you couldn't do this, so the natural paths always had their curb, but now you can actually toggle the curbs off, and the natural paths basically just become completely invisible, which is super cool. And they work exactly like any other path, so you can't change the terrain, or how they state it, you can't change and deform terrain around them, nor can the facilities are similarly placed on them, but they will only show an outline when selected for building purposes, and can be customized beyond that to your heart's content. So that's super cool. You can, just like with null barriers, you can make custom paths and stuff like that. Definitely a great addition. And similar to the null barrier, any build modes will now have a setting drop down to highlight hidden paths. So basically you can choose if you can see the paths whilst building or not. The next feature I'm a bit confused by. I'm not sure what it will exactly include or what it exactly means, but I'm not sure how I would utilize it. But the multi-axis advanced movement is a new feature that will be added to the next update 1.13 as well. It's another improvement coming for all of our builders it's an addition to your advanced movement options. So it's multi-axis movement, and from what I understand, it means that you can move a piece instead of having the XYZ axis, obviously in the three directions, you'll have an option to move your prop in two different axes at the same time. So being able to move them in two different axes would be really cool, I think, but I'm not sure how I would use it. But they give an example, having the forward back and the left right movement whilst remaining locked in position up down. So as how they explain it is that now when you are in building mode, an additional handle has been added between each of the axis arrows. These handles can be selected to move any asset freely across two axes. So yeah, that's definitely really cool. I'm not sure how I would use it or if I would need it, but it's cool to have some more free movement, I suppose. I'll see how this will come in handy. The last feature added to the free update is the climbable asset toggle. This is basically what it says. There will be a toggle function on any climbable piece, and it basically makes it not climbable anymore. So this is especially good for making custom barriers, so that you can make a barrier without having to worry that an animal can escape. And this is how the article states it. Any object that is climbable can now have its climbing function toggled on or off. This selection is also available for groups and multi-selection, so that's nice as well. allowing you to toggle large amounts of assets at once. This will allow you to customize what animals are able to climb on, therefore restricting what they can scale and stopping them from being able to escape from undesirable areas. When looking at the animal's traversable area, disabled climbing assets will be highlighted in black, whereas enabled climbable assets will be highlighted in green. So you can easily see which pieces you have selected to be climbable or not. This will be particularly useful for things like custom barriers, definitely agree, but also for creating more comprehensive climbing frames in which sections of it are maintained as purely decorative without disrupting the rest of the frame. So basically you have more freedom now to choose what animals can and cannot climb. You can't make any piece climbable, it's only the climbable pieces that you can toggle off. So you can't make non-climbable pieces climbable suddenly. So it's still limited there, but I don't think that's a big issue, because I think it's that the biggest problem was really that animals could climb without you wanting them to climb out, which now is fixed. This is great, and it's more of a quality of life, but I love it. It's definitely a feature that will positively impact my gaming experience, my building experience rather. And yeah, it says there's more news coming for you soon, which we all know is going to be teased in the special live stream. So definitely hop in the special live stream. I will be watching as well, but I won't be streaming the special live stream, since you should watch the original stream because they're streaming it for you, so you should make use of it. But I will be watching it, and I'll be making a speculation video after this stream has ended to speculate about what I think will be the next DLC, or what animals have been teased, and what I basically think will be coming to the next update. But I will see you then, and I hope you enjoyed this little update log, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.